What is going on, everybody? Liv Moods here, and you already know what time it is. Opening night. The season is beginning in the NBA. I've got my hoodie with all the different teams on it. I'm ready to go. I will actually be at the Nuggets Lakers game tonight. The ring ceremony, the banner is being hung, and the Nuggets fans get to bask one last time in being the best team in the NBA, in the world, maybe. So I'm very, very excited about that. Obviously, I will continue to praise and hype up this Nuggets team all season long. But before I get into the matchup tonight, we're going to keep this episode relatively short and sweet. So I'm not going to bore you with a lot of stats. I think we all know the offseason changes that were made to each team. We know the Western Conference got harder. We know the Eastern Conference got harder. These are things that we know. So I'm not going to break down every little detail, but I do want to talk about one thing. The disrespect already, as if this Nuggets team wasn't disrespected enough last season and basically put a middle finger in everybody's face when they won very comfortably their first championship. The disrespect continues. The disrespect continues. Right now, the Bucks and the Celtics are the favorites to win the championship. Okay, I get it. The Bucks did get Damian Lillard, but I'm going to tell you right now, I don't consider this a hot take. I consider it common sense. The Bucks are not winning a championship this year, and let me tell you why. A new superstar combo in Damian Lillard and Giannis will take time. Dynamics take time. The Jamal Murray-Jokic combination took 6 years to build, okay? Not only is there a new dynamic in the 1-2 punch of Giannis and Dame, but also a new coach. Another change that doesn't typically click right away. They also lost their best defensive player. And we know that Chris Middleton in the bunch tends to be injury prone, lost their best defensive player in Drew Holiday. A lot of changes here with very high expectations. I think the Bucks can win a championship, but I don't think it's happening this season. I think these dynamics are going to take a little bit of time. I don't think it's going to click as quickly as people want it to. They have the talent, but we have seen many, many times that talent, you can't do a whole lot with talent without chemistry. The chemistry is going to take time, not just from a Dame and Giannis perspective, but also from a new coach perspective. So a lot of changes with very high expectations. My hot take for the Bucks, I will give them this: Giannis for Defensive Player of the Year, mostly because he'll need to be. They lost Drew Holiday, their best defensive player. Giannis has got to step up defensively. We know he is a very solid player defensively. So Giannis for Defensive Player of the Year is my first NBA hot take of the season. Mostly because he doesn't have a choice. If the Bucks want to be successful, he's got to pick up where Drew Holiday left off. So I like Giannis for Defensive Player of the Year. I'll leave it at that. Obviously, we know the Celtics are looking like they are also a favorite. The Celtics are looking like they're going to be great. Hopefully we don't get another choke fest. I do have a little bit of a worried feeling when it comes to the Celtics team in terms of Jaylen Brown. We know that he can be very inconsistent, and I worry there may be some regression now that he's been paid. I hope I'm wrong, but I don't think I am. So that's my take on the Celtics. Now let's get into the Nuggets. Like I said, the disrespect continues. Tell me why a team coming off of a championship that kept their 1-2 punch in Jamal Murray and Jokic, best in the league, and their supporting championship cast is not the favorite to win the championship. It's laughable to me. Maybe you think the Nuggets are boring, which to me, if that's the case, turn on E, turn on Bravo, go watch something with theatrics and drama. If you think this Nuggets team is boring, you're watching the wrong channel, because I just want to watch good-ass basketball. And last season, there wasn't a team playing better basketball than the Denver Nuggets. So if you are still in that weird Nuggets are boring phase of your life, get out of it. It's weird. It doesn't make any sense. Also, if you are one of those Jokic hates basketball people, also stop. There is nothing wrong with a man that is so good at what he does, but can leave it at the door and have other things outside of work that he enjoys. It's okay to be the best basketball player in the world and not make it your whole personality. I don't see anything wrong with it. Honestly, I think it's the best thing ever. That the best basketball player in the world, the most unguardable player in the league, is a horse girly. calling Jokic a girl, but you know those horse girls at on the playground, galloping, neighing in your face, and you're like, what? Jokic. He's just great. Okay? So get out of those categories. Nuggets are boring. Jokic hates basketball. They're old. Bury him in the ground 6 feet under. I don't want to hear him anymore. I'm sick of it. I will tell you this. Is it hard to win a championship back-to-back? Absolutely. But to me right now, there is not a team that I can make a case for outside of the Nuggets. They kept their core. That's already done it. And they didn't win the championship by this much. They won soundly, comfortably. They ran through the Western Conference. They ran through the Lakers, okay? I love this team. And I think, obviously, as not a Broncos fan, why am I thinking about them? As a Nuggets fan, losing Bruce Brown definitely hurt my heart. I was a big Bruce Brown fan, but I said, middle of the playoffs, I said he's getting paid. And I just don't think the Nuggets will be able to afford it. So here we are, no Bruce Brown. But if you watch the Nuggets, you know Christian Brown really showed what he can do on both sides of the court, defensively and offensively in clutch time. Christian Brown was exceptional. We've also got Peyton Watson, who to me is a little bit more physical than Bruce Brown, a little bit more size. I like Peyton Watson in the mix. We've seen Julian Strawther in preseason putting up significant numbers. So I'm feeling great. The core stayed together. They know how to win. They have the best, most unguardable player in the league on their side. I just don't know how you make a case for anyone outside of the Nuggets. That being said, before I get into the game tonight, I want to say this about the Nuggets. I don't know what playoffs are going to look like because so many things are considered in this star-driven league, injuries being one of them. We know MPJ has struggled with his back. We know Jamal Murray has struggled with his knee. I'm going to knock on some wood here because I really don't want that to happen, but everything has to go right in order to win a championship. So it will be hard. Where I will tell you that I do think the Nuggets will see success is this new midseason tournament. Because like I said, chemistry takes time. The Lakers, for example, who made it to the Western Conference Finals, started their season 2-10. Okay, so we know mid-season form is kind of when you start finding that rhythm. The Nuggets already have it. To me, they'll be spending the first chunk of their season dusting off some cobwebs, maybe coming off of a little championship hangover to get right back to business with the core that knows how to win. So mid-season tournament, I expect to see success for the Nuggets. As for the playoffs, I don't want to go there yet, but I will tell you, I think that's where the Nuggets can really shine because they'll be dusting off the cobwebs while everyone else is trying to click. So I like that for the Nuggets. Not sure I'm a huge fan of the mid-season tournament, but what do I know? Let's talk really quickly about this game tonight before I log off and head downtown. The Lakers are going to be out for revenge. They were swept in the Western Conference Finals, which is crazy because each one of those games did not feel like they were trending towards a sweep at all. They got swept. They're out for revenge. They made some offseason changes. We saw Austin Reeves, as an example, get a more offensive role. We saw Anthony Davis playing more games than we had seen from him in a minute. 56 games last season. He stayed relatively healthy. I think it was 40 the year before that. I think it was 36 the year before that. So we saw Anthony Davis a little bit more healthy, strong in the playoffs, both defensively and offensively. A little inconsistent here and there, but overall, really good to see Anthony Davis out there consistently. They're going to be coming for revenge tonight after the hoopla of the banner and the ring ceremony, the that should have been me feeling. They're going to be hot. Now, here's what I'm going to tell you. The last time that the Los Angeles Lakers won a season opener was in 2016. But what's even more impressive than that is that the reigning champs are 4-1 in the first game of this season over the last 5 years. 4-1, okay? So they are really great at season openers. Lakers, not so much. Another thing that makes me love the Nuggets tonight in this spot. Denver defends home court extremely well. We know this because of their 34-7 regular season record in the Mile High City, baby, which was also followed up by a 10-1 record in the playoffs. The Nuggets defend home court very well. They kept their core together. They know how to win. They have the best, most unguardable player on their side. There's a lot of things working very, very well for the Nuggets right now. But the NBA is back. And I'm stoked, and I really, really can't wait to watch. I do expect a slow start for the Nuggets, relatively speaking, based on the last time that we watched them play. I don't expect to see what we saw in the championship right now. There's going to be a little bit of cobwebs. They might have to hit a runner's lunge a couple of times, stretch it out. You know the vibes. So I do expect a slow start. And I also am not naive in the fact that a lot of teams got really stinking good in the offseason. I know this. The NBA is a star-driven league, and a lot of things have to go right to win a championship, especially back-to-back, okay? But as for tonight, I like the Nuggets at home. They defend home court well, and the Lakers typically suck in season openers. Booyah! Seems pretty simple to me. So there you go. The NBA is back. Liv Moods is hyped. The Nuggets are still the champions. Until the next champion is crowned, they are the champions. So I'm a happy girl. It keeps me sane as a Broncos fan to know that the Nuggets are playing basketball again. God bless. Hallelujah. Amen. Thank you, sports gods. This has been another Liv Moods podcast. I'm glad you're here. Thank you for watching my first episode. We will have more episodes coming. I like hanging out with you guys. I love the feedback in the comments. Drop any feedback that you have. Just know I appreciate you as always, and let's go Nuggets.